Jerusalem in the Quran. I dwelt at length with the Hadith of Dari. Dari came to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam in Medina and narrated something about Dajjal. And the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam then said to the people, sit down, I have something to say to you. Dari came to me and narrated something about Dajjal which confirms what I have been saying to you. And then we get the event from the lips of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. In that hadith, Dajjal is located on an island. In that hadith, Dajjal is located on an island. To save time, I'm not going to give you the arguments in support of my conclusion. The island is Britain. So I say that when Dajjal was released on earth in a day which is like a year, this is the first stage of his mission, I say, and listen carefully, that Dajjal now uses Britain in his first stage to pursue his mission to eventually rule the world from Jerusalem. Listen carefully to my words. When he uses Britain, Britain is transformed into a ruling state in the world. And so the world experienced Pax Britannica, and the sterling pound became the international currency. The world is now very familiar with my view on this subject. I'm the first one, I believe, to have suggested this, and it has been largely accepted. However, let me point out, when Imran gives an opinion, no one should accept that opinion. Let me warn you, no one should accept my opinion unless and until you are convinced that it is correct. When I give an opinion, I can be right, I can be wrong. Only Allah is free from error. All the rest of us have to revise our opinions sometime. And so my opinion is that the island of Dari is Britain. Now the question has been raised several times, but the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, pointing to the east, 20 times to the east, that Dajjal will come to from the east he will come. And Britain is to the west. So we are confused, could you kindly explain? Well, that's how some people ask me politely. Others don't do that. Others don't do that. The answer is this. East and west, and north and south are directions in space. And they are directions in our world of space and time. Are there other worlds of space and time? Yes, there are. There are 7 of them, samawat. Do we have east and west and north and south in those samawat? I don't know. And you don't know. But when Dajjal comes from the east, the Messenger of Allah is speaking about east in this world of space and time. And so it is only when Dajjal appears in our world of space and time, which would be at the end of his mission. When Dajjal is released, he will live on earth for 40 days. One day like a year, one day like a month, one day like a week. وَسَائِرُ أَيَّامِهِ كَأَيَّامِكُمْ. One day like a year, one day like a month, one day like a week, and all his days like your days, meaning all the rest of his days. So when stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3 have been completed, number 1, Dajjal has to be released. Number 2, stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3 have to be completed. And then he is born into this world of Jewish parents who never had any children. And he grows up as a Jew. And he would be a young man, a human being. Yes, he's going to appear as a human being. A young man, powerfully built, with curly hair. It is at that time he declares that I am Al-Masih, the Messiah. It is only after he declares that he is Al-Masih, the Messiah, that we will recognize that this is the Messiah. This is the false Messiah, excuse me. Before that we would not know. So it is at that time that he would come from the east. But prior to that, stage 1, I say the island is Britain. I hope that this answers the question. When his day is like a year, how long a period of time will that be? Oh, but I have given only one answer. Others have given many answers. But Imran Hussain has given only one answer. And I have said it's going to be a long period of time. I never said it's going to be 1,000 years. Others may say so, and they will defend their views, and they have the right to express their views. All I have said is going to be a long time. And then in a day which is like a month, and the United States replaces Britain, I have said it's going to be a shorter period of time. And then a day which is like a week, and my opinion, Israel replaces the United States, I said it's going to be a very short period of time. We can, of course, engage in plausible guesswork. But it's guesswork. And my guesswork is that Israel would rule the world as a third ruling state for maybe 20, 30 years. But would the world of Islam submit to Israel? Oh, the part-time Muslims, the ones who are so proud of being moderate Muslims, they will not stand up against Israel. But the true Ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam will never submit to Israel as a ruling state. No. We will oppose Israel and we will defend ourselves against Israel until the last Muslim stands on the face of the earth. We will never bow, we will never submit to Israel.